TV, ojú wa tó lé, ojú wa tó kó.
One of your major supporters, Chief Fani Kayode, who was among those, supporting the Yoruba agitation, has now crossed to the APC and is working closely with the president now. Won't this affect the movement in any way?
Chief Fani Kayode is a younger brother of mine whom I respect a lot. But I want you to know, I want the rest of the world to know that he was never part of the Yoruba self-determination struggle. He was never part of the Yoruba self-determination struggle. I love him, I respect him, but that's the truth. He was never part of the Yoruba self-determination struggle.
Okay. The reason I ask this question is that some 3 months ago, Sunday Igboho said that Fani Kayode is strongly with them. That's what he said. He said they're strongly.
Yes, you know, in the excitement of the running around, people say quite things that when you look at them closely, then they are not entirely true. Yeah, you know, as I said, Fani Kayode is a very attractive brother of ours. So we would have loved for him to have come and joined us. He would have been a great asset, but he chose not to do so. That's okay. That doesn't diminish my admiration and love for him at all.
The presidency said you are organizing violent rallies along with IPOB, which it has designated a terrorist organization. Don't you fear now that your organization could also be termed a terrorist one?
Two answers there. The first, that we have made it clear from day one that we are a group that our struggle in Yoruba land in the southwest of Nigeria will be peaceful and law-abiding, and we have stayed with that. I even wrote a manual for the struggle, a book that is now circulating. We published it in February this year, and now it is circulating to the news media all over the world. We are a thoroughly, intellectually, thoroughly peaceful and law-abiding movement. When our young people decided to, it isn't there in the manual. If you are going to hold a rally, you must make sure that you do it in a peaceful manner. Never regard the police as your enemy. They are not our enemies. They are doing a job because they have to work. But that doesn't make them our enemies. And we held a huge rally of about 1.2 million people in Ibadan, a larger rally in Abeokuta, a much larger rally still in Osogbo, and a larger rally than Osogbo in Akure, and the largest rally to date in Ado-Ekiti. And there was no illegality, there was no violence, there was no conflict with the police, nobody was arrested, nobody was wounded, no property was damaged. I think we established by those 5 major rallies, what we proudly call them mega rallies. We established very clearly that we're a peaceful organization. We are peaceful. We operate by peaceful means. We also operate by using the law of the land. We use the power of the law of the land to fight our cause. So we are not, we know the laws of this world. The United Nations, the African Union, the European Union, and so on, all have charters in which they proclaim very clearly that every nationality in the world has a right to self-determination, that they are free to try to assert their self-determination, and that when they try to do that, the government of the country to which they belong must not try to impede them, must not, for instance, begin to infringe upon their human rights, and must not take the military to their land. but that these declarations do not entitle any nationality, any people in the world to start insurrection in the country to which they belong or to engage in illegal and violent actions. We know that. That is very clearly pasted up in our secretariat everywhere. We have a right to demand, to assert our self-determination. We have a right to organize rallies peacefully. The government of Nigeria has no right to stop our rallies. We have a right to propagate our belief.
Yes, Prof. But what of the IPOB connection? Connection.
But you see, in only one thing has IPOD showed up. IPOD has chosen its own path. Chose its own path. I am talking of the Yoruba path. We Yoruba say our cause is noble, therefore we pursue it by the noble path. That's the Yoruba state. It's in our manifesto. But IPOV and the bright young men who are following him in the east, in the Golan, think that they can get what they want by violence. We Yoruba don't believe that. We have always made it clear that we do not work with IPOV. However, if we join an alliance that is organized like NINAS, Nigerian Indigenous Nationalities Alliance for Self-Determination, does not have any relationship with IPOB. But if NINAS is organizing a rally, and the young men who belong to IPOB come there, I don't think that their friends in Yoruba land and in the Middle Belt would tell them, go away, you don't belong here. No, I don't think so. So their being there is no proof at all that we have made an alliance with a violent organization. We have not. We are a resolutely and intellectually peaceful and law-abiding organization.
All right, Prof. The presidency has appealed to the media not to focus on separatist protests at the United Nations General Assembly. What is it that you are planning there? Because the belief is that you are all trying to embarrass the president who has gone to the UN General Assembly in the interest of Nigerians. What is the essence of your protest there at the General Assembly?
I am sure that you are talking to any of our members, even the youngest person will tell you, we don't aim to embarrass anybody. Our manual says, we will act always with respect, with careful respect for the laws of Nigeria, for the government of Nigeria. Not embarrassing anybody. We are not trying to embarrass anybody. We need to let the world know what is happening to us and what we desire. That's what we are doing. We are not embarrassing anybody.
All right. Just 2 days ago, the Northern Elders Forum, they said the North, they have the numbers to continue to rule the nation. And they're opposed to what the Southern Governors Forum has been saying, that is demanding that power returns to the South in 2023. Well, on the side, you are fighting for agitation, for succession now. Currently, Nigerian law doesn't even accommodate referendum. So don't you think it's better for you to support a presidential candidate now or a party that will support your cause so that in 2023 you can push for constitutional amendment? Don't you think so?
I have said it before. The presidency of Nigeria, who is president, who is not president, is immaterial in the situation. We have chosen our path. We want to have a separate country of our own that we can run like a modern country, not like some some primitive enterprise with public officials acting as if they are above the law, and with human development declining all the time. We do not want to end up in our Southwest, in a Yoruba homeland, with educated Almajiri. No, we want our young men to come back home and develop their country into one of the most glistering countries in the world. We are capable of getting that done. We can surprise the world if we have a chance to rule ourselves. That's what we are asking for. That's what we are aiming for. We are not, in the business of embarrassing anybody or and so on. No. We are on a noble course, and we are pursuing it in the noblest of ways.
But don't you fear that if the North retains power in 2023, your cause becomes more or less a pipe dream?
If whether the North retains power or not, whether the South gets what they call power in Nigeria or not, we want what we want. We don't want to be part of Nigeria anymore. That's all. And there is no looking back about that. Our cause is simple. So all these questions about the politics of Nigeria, who becomes president, who doesn't become president, has nothing to do with us. Nothing, absolutely. And as to referendum, the Constitution of Nigeria may not make any statement about referendum. Most constitutions in the world don't say anything about referendum. But the path to referendum is clear. The path to referendum is clear. When we make our case strong enough, the world will listen, and the United Nations will come along and organize and supervise a referendum to find out whether what we are saying is what most of our people want. And when that happens, we will have our country the next day. That's it. The Constitution of Nigeria doesn't have to talk about a referendum. And even if it talks about a referendum, we know that the people who are ruling Nigeria will never let us carry out a referendum.
Right.
Araba TV, ojú wa tó lé, ojú wa tó kó.